Hello viewers, so in this video session we are going to learn about land gradient and suitability of irrigation system, which is session 2 of unit 1 for the job role of micro irrigation technician. The suitability of various irrigation methods, that is surface sprinkler or drip irrigation, depends mainly on the following factors. So let's see what are these factors. Natural conditions, types of crops, technology, labor inputs, and cost and benefit. Now let us try to understand how these factors influence the choice of irrigation method and the impact on the success of the irrigation system. So let's first consider number 1, that is natural conditions, which include soil type, slope, climate, water availability and quality. Now let us consider each of these. So soil type. So there are different types of soils. Sandy soil, which contains more than 85% of standardized particles by mass. It has a low water storage capacity and a high infiltration rate. Therefore, we need to give more frequent irrigation to the sandy soils. Under these circumstances, sprinkler or drip irrigation is more suitable than the traditional surface irrigation. In loamy or clay soils having low infiltration rate, surface irrigation is ideal. In gravity flow or surface irrigation system, which refers to application and distribution of water from higher to a lower topography by the gravity flow, lot of water is wasted. In this method, the land to be irrigated must have a gentle slope, else the cost of land leveling and preparation may go very high. Now let us see the second factor, that is land gradient or slope. Land or field gradient and uniformity are important factors that are to be considered for determining the type of the irrigation method to be used. What is gradient? Gradient refers to the slope of the land. Sprinkler or drip irrigation is preferred to surface irrigation on steeper or uneven sloping lands, as they require little or no leveling. Now let us see the third factor, that is climate. The major climatic factors crop water needs are sunlight, temperature, humidity, wind speed and evaporation. For example, strong winds can disturb the spraying of water by the sprinklers. Therefore, in this case, drip or surface irrigation methods are preferred in windy conditions. Now let's see the fourth factor, that is water quality. Surface irrigation is preferred if the irrigation water contains sediments. Sediments may clog the drip or sprinkler irrigation system, and that is why we generally don't use water of low quality or containing lots of sediments. The types of crops, that's the fifth factor. The different types of crops have different water requirements. They need specific amounts of water at various stages of their growth and ripening. Crop water requirement in irrigation is defined as the quantity of water needed by a crop at a given time for its growth under open field conditions. It includes evaporation and other unavoidable water losses. Water requirement is expressed in water depth per unit area. Some crops need more water, whereas others require less water. For example, paddy is transplanted in standing water and requires continuous irrigation, whereas crops like wheat, gram and most vegetables, they don't require as much water as paddy. An irrigation schedule scheme must consider the sensitivity of a crop to water stress at different growth stages. When the irrigation schedule has been determined, it is known how much water in millimeters has to be applied to the irrigation. It must be ensured that this amount can be indeed be given with the irrigation method under consideration. So therefore, selection of the right irrigation method becomes very important. Surface irrigation can be used for all types of crops. In case of surface irrigation methods, maximum water is applied per irrigation. Usually 40 to 70 millimeter water is applied in basin irrigation, 30 to 60 millimeter in border irrigation, and 20 to 50 millimeter in furrow irrigation. Now let's see the sixth factor, that is technology. The choice of irrigation method is also influenced by the technology. In general, drip and sprinkler irrigation requires higher level of know-how and technology. They are not only capital intensive but also requires regular maintenance as compared to surface irrigation methods. Now let's go to the seventh factor, that is labor inputs. Surface irrigation requires a much higher labor input for construction, operation and maintenance of the tunnels than sprinkler or drip irrigation. It requires considerable land leveling and regular maintenance, whereas sprinkler and drip irrigation require little land leveling and maintenance and hence are less labor intensive. Now let's see the eighth factor, that is the cost, which is very important factor. The installation of a micro irrigation system is capital intensive as it requires higher investment than the surface irrigation system. However, if the investment is evaluated based on the cost benefit analysis, then micro irrigation has a major benefit. Sprinkler and drip irrigation, because of their high capital investment per hectare, are mostly used for high value cash crops such as vegetables, flowering plants and some fruit trees. Now let us summarize what you have learned in this session. You have learned about the factors that determine the suitability of an irrigation system, various aspects of land gradient that need to be considered while selecting and installing an irrigation system, and the factors that influence crop water requirements and decision on the type of irrigation method. Now, if you think you are fit for the role of micro irrigation technician and want to help the nation in conserving water and increasing productivity in agriculture, so learn by doing and give your best. That's all for this video, and we will cover session 3 of unit 1 in the next video. Till then, enjoy learning.